the Boxing Ground podcast. On the panel right now, we have myself and Scott, who will be joined by a few others during the show.
I'm also here.
Rue, good to have you. Scott, I want to start with you. We watched the fight first. Oh my fucking god. Tyson Fury, the new heavyweight champion of the world. Give me your instant thoughts right now, Scott, on this fight. I'm in fucking bits.
Yeah, I've said it from the beginning. I've picked him from the start, and he was, well, you know, obviously you don't know, but I just thought he was the wrong opponent at the wrong time in Vlad's career. And I also think he's just the right guy to go on and be the champion. I think he's made for it. You don't get confidence like that for nothing, you know what I mean? Them guys that are so confident like that normally do end up being really good fighters, so I think he's just following his path that he should be on. I didn't think the fight was close at all, you know, but I gave Vlad 2, it was 3, because there was a point deduction, wasn't there, which was absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, it was a pretty straightforward theory as well, which he said from the start and nobody believed him. He just fucking shut everybody up. No one can say nothing now. He's just the thing that he all said he couldn't do.
Liam, you there? Liam?
Yeah, all in.
Good to have you on the pod, mate. Just give me your thoughts, instant thoughts on this fight, because I know me and you, we spoke before this fight. You know, we said, got a feeling Tyson Fury's gonna do it. He done it. What are your thoughts on the fight? Tyson's performance? Did he surprise you with the performance?
To be fair, I was surprised. I didn't think he would be. Well, I think it's more Fury did look good, but Klitschko, I've never seen Klitschko look that poor for many years. Like I say,
shoulder injury.
How many jabs he was throwing was just disgusting. How low it was.
I'll tell you, yeah, well, I thought Klitschko looked poor, but I think that's only because Fury didn't let him do anything. Klitschko didn't throw the right hand for the fight. He didn't throw the right hands at all. And I thought from round 5, Klitschko actually looked tired on the stool. I read a tweet saying I thought Klitschko started to look tired, he started breathing through his mouth, and I just thought Fury he seemed to be gaining confidence, and he got to about round 10, and I was just sat on the edge of my seat thinking, all Fury has to do is just stick behind the jab, don't get complacent, and I thought the only thing that's going to cost Fury this fight is him doing something clownish, doing what he does, putting his hands behind his back.
Even doing that though, he was still keeping Klitschko off balance, just Klitschko didn't know what he was going to do. Like, I think it was a good performance, definitely.
Yeah, the one thing nobody gave him a chance of was a jab, and he out-jabbed Klitschko all night.
Yeah, that's the thing that I thought Klitschko would have at least an advantage on.
Yeah, I thought Klitschko, I mean, Klitschko's always had a really good jab, but it just wasn't there. Fury was just getting there first. Fury just looked. I'll tell you what, I was watching the scoring, and I thought Glenn McCrory's scoring was tragic, because he had it even about round 10. I thought, you know what, I had Fury up by about 5 rounds, and I gave him, from the first round, he was never behind in a fight. I never had it equal. I thought Fury, my dad said he had Fury up by 6 rounds by the 7th. I just thought Fury dominated the fight. It wasn't anything spectacular, but he was just controlling the fight, dictating the pace, and, you know, he deserved the win.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that.
But what was you saying, Lou? He was completely out-jabbed Klitschko. I think Klitschko landed two decent jabs, and it was in about round 9. He landed a trip with him.
Well, I noticed when Fury was going to southpaw, he started doing that little slap again. With the jab, he was a bit like, you know, he done to like Chisora, just keep him off balance. Like, it wasn't sometimes a proper jab, but it was still getting the effect. It was still just Klitschko didn't know what to do.
Yeah, sometimes you can get in trouble for throwing that shot like that. Actually, a lot of referees won't allow it because it's the back of the glove. So,
what did you guys think about the point off? Did you agree with it?
He did have a few warnings. He did have a few warnings, didn't he, Tyson, through the fight about doing it. But, you know, I don't know. I think Tyson, I was a bit worried because I thought Tyson might start losing his rag a bit off that point off. But I think, they do.
Let's have it right though, if you're not fighting Mayweather or Klitschko, you'd want not getting a point off you against any other fighter for doing that. You're not even getting separated on the break. You know what I mean? It's the referee didn't even let them come together. As soon as they come together, the referee was in there, as he always is. You know, he's a proper promoter's referee.
I think it was a good, you know, Tony Weeks was a good, suitable ref. I mean, I don't like him. I mean, the judges as well. I thought when it's in Germany, I thought, it was going to be a robbery, if I'm honest. When I heard the scorecards at first, I was like, oh no.
I thought when they said unanimous, I thought Fury had it, to be fair. I just thought when they said 115, 112, I thought, yeah, Fury's got this. Fury's got this. I didn't think Klitschko just wasn't doing any. Like, I know he was at the right hand, but the point, did you see Fury when Klitschko had his back turned and Fury landed that left hook?
He wobbled it, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought, you know what, I thought Fury was going to put him over in that moment.
When was the last time Vlad's face looked like that after a fight? You know, I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, the first cut was doing by a head. The first cut was by a head clash, wasn't it? But Fury was landing his punches.
That one under his right eye when he hit him with that left hook. That's the one that really marked up.
Yeah.
No, but like
that was later on in the fight, wasn't it?
Like you say as well, we've seen Klitschko caught and stopped because he's been caught with a big shot or whatever. We've never ever seen him just get outboxed. You know, so Fury deserves a lot of credit. You know, people aren't going to give me. It's going to be, Klitschko got old overnight.
Yeah, they're going to just focus on how Klitschko looked bad. He's
not going to get a sense of credit for it. But listen, he just went out there and done something that no one's ever come close to. He just outboxed Wladimir Klitschko with very, very comfortably, to be fair with him. Which even I didn't think he was going to do. I didn't think that was possible. I thought he had to get inside and rough Vlad up.
Well, the thing is, Klitschko as well, like, he obviously had the reach disadvantage he's not used to, but then he wasn't, like, Fury was the one thrown inside, not Klitschko, when he should have been.
Yeah,
that's like, you know, simple boxing.
Yeah, I thought Fury. I'll tell you what, we said before this fight. We did the preview show on Wednesday, and I think, you know, me and Scott, we both kind of said, you know, we think Fury's going to do it. And I said, you know, Fury. The two things that were key for this fight for me were the jab for Fury and work rate. Although, to be fair, Tyson's jab was just he was just controlling the whole fight with that jab. It wasn't landing all the time, but you know, he was feinting with the jab. He was doing little feints. He was doubling up the jab, throwing 2 to 3 jabs. He just had Klitschko. I don't think Klitschko. He was very erratic, Fury. You know, he was just. At the start of the fight, it wasn't the smoothest work, but he was just erratic. He had Klitschko guessing throughout the whole fight, and I think he just kind of neutralised Klitschko's strengths. And Klitschko just didn't do anything.
I was one of them. As soon as I seen him start bossing on the outside, I knew he was winning the fight because Wladimir Klitschko doesn't know how to fight inside. You know, he's never ever done it. Go on, Rue.
Oh, hang on a minute. I've got Rue on mute because he kept breathing down the mic.
Yeah, 115, 112.
Yeah, ESPN has it 115, 112 for Fury. The punch stats seems like Fury landed 34 more punches, threw 140 more punches, but they both landed at the same percentage at 23%. So, no, I mean, pretty close fighters if you're looking at stats wise.
Yeah,
pretty close.
I had Fury winning by 5 rounds. I don't think it was close at all.
Yeah,
I'll be watching that fight. I'll be watching a fight in a couple of hours. I know somebody's gonna put it on YouTube.
Rue, I reckon, Rue, when you watch it, I don't think you'll have it close, Perry. I don't think you will.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because, you know, me and you, Cameron, when it comes to boxing, we usually always have identical scores when we judge a fight. So if you say you had it by 5, I'm pretty sure once I see it, I think from what I'm hearing from you guys is that Fury basically just really used he controlled the distance, he controlled the tempo, he controlled the pace. And he had more energy.
His movement, was really good. That's what I was impressed with.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm just over the moon. I literally, when he got announced, I'm delighted. Absolutely over the moon that Fury won this fight.
There was a lot of talk over the canvas, and I was saying to people, of course, that'll make a difference. It's going to impede Fury's movements. And they're saying, well, what about Vlad? I was saying, listen, Vlad doesn't move like that. You know, that's Fury's strength in the fight, his movements. That's what Vlad and not afraid of. You know, he's well within the right to call upon that on that canvas. That canvas isn't right. You know what I mean? And but look, he's just proved that he used the exact that thing. You know, he moved. It was his movement that won him the fight.
Did they change the canvas in the end, or did it stay?
Yeah, they took it
away.
I think it was more a bluff from Klitschko's. You know, when he had to re-up his hands as well. I think it was just trying to get into Fury's head the last minute.
Yeah.
I know
what it was?
No, but listen, at the same time, he does this with all his opponents, and no one says nothing about it. It's just the way Wladimir Klitschko works. But when Fury was getting in on him, going, "Nah, you can't do that. I'm not having that." That was.
You know what it was?
I said not the other way around. Vlad was like, "Oh, hang on a minute. I've never been sold this. I've never been sold I can't do this. I've never been told I can't do that." And every time he had to abide by what Fury said, or they were going to call off the fight. And
you know what it was? You know what it was, Scott? I mean, obviously, you had the glove situation. Today you had the canvas situation, you had the rap situation.
Yeah.
It was obvious. I read a tweet saying, Klitschko's kind of trying to play Fury at his own game, but at the end of the day, Fury was, like you said, they were standing firm. Every wrong thing Klitschko's team were doing to try and get in Fury's head. They didn't let it happen. They stand there, let it. They aren't going to stand there and let that happen. The thing with Klitschko wrapping his hands when no one else was in the dressing room, you can't do that.
That's illegal. It's
can't.
illegal.
Exactly, you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly, mate. And at the same time, this is what everyone's forgetting. Tyson Fury went running around, gobbing off his head and doing all this. He was sitting in his changing room, didn't probably know nothing about
Fury's
it.
a lot smarter than he leads on.
Was doing it all. Exactly. It was a team that was his team would have been going into saying him, they're doing this and upsetting him.
Hey guys, I want to be able to say something, and I'm pretty sure you guys will agree with me on this. So, Wladimir Klitschko retired. Vlad just lost to Tyson Fury, and I'm just going by what you guys are saying, listening to you guys. It looks like it is the end of the Klitschko era.
Yeah.
Well, there's a rematch clause. There's a rematch clause apparently. It depends if Vlad actually wants to.
I don't know if I'm honest. I think he'll retire.
That loss there might make him think, you know what? Nah, he might have took something out. He's been reigning for so long, and that loss, how's he going to take that loss? He's a great champion. He might bounce back, but he's 39. He's no spring chicken.
His era's over. His era. So in other words, his era is over. His era is over. So the Klitschko era, for people who saying that the Klitschko era was boring, it's not boring. They were just so dominant. When you're dominant, you're boring. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
so the Klitschko era is over. Now comes the Tyson Fury and Wilder era. If Wilder can move up his his level. If he fights Tyson Fury, I could see a good rematch in that one. Let's say it's a close fight, Wilder wins by decision, then do a rematch. Fury, knocks out Wilder in a rematch.
I'll tell you something.
At the same time, listen, Fury still is only just winning. He's still got a lot to do. He's got a lot of, he's only
This is just the first hurdle,
This is just,
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Can I say something? I want to say something about Mick Hennessy, because Mick Hennessy lost the ITV deal a few years ago. Every fight was leaving him. Tyson Fury stuck with him. Mick Hennessy's now got the world unified heavyweight champion over him. He's got more power in the heavyweights than any other man in boxing right now, and that must be unbelievable feeling for Mick Hennessy. He's got more power in Eddie Hearn. When Joshua comes along, Mick Hennessy's going to dictate terms over Eddie Hearn, and that is unbelievable.
When do you guys think that fight will come across? I'm thinking like autumn 2017 time.
Well, this is what I was about to ask you. I was just about to ask you guys this, right, actually, because let's be fair, like a year ago, Hearn was like, you know what, Joshua's ready for Fury now. Are you going to say the same now, are you? Because Fury's just proved you wrong. He's just beaten the best heavyweight for the last decade. He's dominated. Fury's just gone in there, and for me, clearly won the fight. It wasn't close. What's Hearn going to say? Is Hearn going to come out and say, Joshua's ready for Fury still? I don't think he is. He's not going to put Joshua in there with Fury, because Fury's pretty much just gone in there and shocked the entire world.
Exactly.
Just changed the landscape.
He couldn't have a chance of doing.
He's just changed the landscape of boxing, not just the heavyweight division. He's changed the landscape of boxing. Full stop.
Yeah, listen, at the same time, this was the best thing that could happen. Fury's an exciting guy, in and out the ring, he brings attention, and, Klitschko, sadly, as great a champion as he was, he just didn't garner it. He just didn't garner that attention, and he didn't bring that much revenue in it, apart from in Germany. I think there'd be a Robert contenders that are there to face Klitschko. Who else has got the charisma in the rising star that Fury has? I don't think, maybe Wilder, but Wilder doesn't look like he wants to face Klitschko anytime soon. So Fury's chased after him. He's got the fight, and he's done what he said he was going to do from the start. He deserves nothing but credit. The kid, he's where he belongs, and hopefully he can stay there for a while. He's like I say, the journey's only a start. There's a lot of good contenders out there that could be a good fight for him. So let's see how he goes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can beat as Vlad was. I don't know if he can do that. But judging on that performance, most definitely he can.
Well, this is what I said on the other day, actually. I read a tweet, and I've said this last. I said, listen, if Fury wins this fight, it's going to change the landscape, because he's going to bring entertainment, and it's going to be unpredictable fights where every time Fury wins, it's not going to be level of certainty that he's going to win every fight. Klitschko, you put him in against Wilder, people say Klitschko's going to win. You put him against Fury, Klitschko's going to win. You put Klitschko in for any heavyweight, it's Klitschko's going to win, he's going to win. At least now, you don't know what to expect. And heavyweight boxing needed that fresh change. It needed that fresh challenge. And Fury's going to bring it. And you can guarantee, Fury brings entertainment. And he's backed it up tonight. All the talk he's been doing, people are, he's going to look like a clown when he loses. He's just backed it all up. Fury's going to rule. I'll tell you what, Fury just established himself as the best heavyweight on the planet.
Yes, he did. I will admit that. You're right about that. He won. He's the best heavyweight on the planet, bar none. But in Klitschko's defense, you have to understand, when you're dominant, when you're winning, Klitschko's had, outside of Lennox Lewis, when Vitaly fought Klitschko, outside of Lennox Lewis, Vitaly and Vlad had the Roy Jones and the Floyd Mayweather syndrome, which is they're so dominant is that anybody you put in front of them, no matter how skillful they are, you will never put them to win. You will never predict that they will win. You always, like you said, you always pick Klitschko. So with Fury having that, that's going to bring excitement, but it's just a testament of how dominant Wladimir and Vitaly Klitschko were as heavyweights. You can only fight whoever's in front of you. And let's be realistic, the Klitschko cleaned out the division. So, the end of the Klitschko era, they had a great run. Right now, this is the Tyson Fury era. And you know what? As far as heavyweight division goes, I'm not going to lie. This is the first time I've been excited about a heavyweight division in a long time. Because, like I said, when you're dominant for so long, it becomes boring. So, I mean, this is, heavyweight wanted an excitement. Now they got Tyson Fury.
Liam and Scott, are you on mute? Have you put yourselves on mute?
Yeah.
Liam, are you still there? He is still in the call, but he's on mute. But yeah, okay. Yeah, well, basically, I had Fury winning. He won the first round. I never had Fury behind. I never had it equal like some of the people did. Everybody saw, everybody on Twitter, everybody in that arena that spoke, Carl Froch, they all ended up having Fury head. Fury won that fight, and I just think, it wasn't close. I thought Fury was very good beyond the jab. He boxed really well, and I thought he boxed a lot better than I thought he would anyway. I picked Fury to win before the fight, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, I told you so, I told you so. No one could predict what Fury done in that fight. He won the fight clearer than I thought he would. I know, Scott, you spoke about Fury stopping him, but at the end of the day, Fury put on a fantastic performance, a career performance that is going to go down for a long time, because he's pretty much just beating the man. And you know what, it's going to be interesting to see where Fury goes from here, because there's a lot of fresh challenges out there now, and Fury's, that Wilder fight's next. Maybe Klitschko will execute the rematch clause, maybe he'll retire. At the end of the day, we've got a new era in the heavyweight division, and it's going to be exciting. Absolutely buzzing over it.
It's one of them, though. That was a huge fight, he was a big underdog, he was up for it, and there's not really many names there now to give him that type of challenge, if you know what I mean. It's Can he keep that consistency, the way Vlad did, keep raising his game against, these lesser opponents and things like that. It's going to be a good challenge, and it's going to be good to watch and see how it unfolds. Like I say, he's a very exciting guy, and much more exciting than Vlad. And that's not knocking Vlad. Vlad was a great champion.
What did Fury show? What impressed you the most about Tyson Fury in that fight tonight?
For me, that way I outboxed him. I didn't think that. I've said it from the start with you. That I said that if he's going to win, he's got to have Klitschko on the end of the jab and then grab him, lean on him when he comes inside. And then I started changing my mind, and I thought, no, he's not going to be able to beat him on the outside. He's going to have to get inside and rough him off. And that was what I thought he'd have to do. I didn't think he'd be able to outbox Vlad, and he did, and he climbed him a little bit. Let's have it right. He was putting his hands behind his back and slipping shots, and that like Roy Jones style. He climbed him a little bit. It was a pretty dominant performance. There was nothing close about that fight.
No, I didn't have it close at all. It wasn't close.
I picked Tyson to stop him, but I didn't pick him to stop him in a dominating performance. I picked him to stop him in a good close fight where he forced Wladimir to work non-stop, and he came through what Vlad had, and sapped his energy. I didn't expect him to just completely nullify everything Vlad done. I didn't see that coming.
Exactly, he neutralised everything he'd done. He executed his own game plan perfectly. I thought he looked fantastic in there. And do you know what? The annoying thing is, I've seen comments after the fight saying, "Do you know what? Klitschko's obviously shot. He's gunshot."
Yeah,
No,
that's,
he looked
that's what
that
I
way
just said.
because
He won't get that credit.
Fury made him look
Yeah.
like that.
Listen,
Fury dominated the fight.
I said it to someone the other day and he laughed at me and said, "Oh, fuck off." I said, "Well, listen, you were going on about Chisora, give Vitali, who's better than Vladimir, his toughest fight of his career, gave him hell, and then Fury goes in there and completely deals with him, wins every round, stops him, makes him quit on a stool, barely a year later, and oh, Chisora's shit, he's past it." You know what I mean? And then he goes in against the guy who's taken on the best challenges he's had in recent, in his recent career. He's only just coming off his best wins recently, Vlad. Do you know what I mean? But now he's shot because Fury's just completely dominated him. It's hilarious, to be honest with you. It's mad how many people hate him that much that they'll just, it's crazy. It's not nice neither because he seems like a nice guy as well.
It's frustrating because I thought I said that, so on the 10th, when it got to about 10th round, I was just sat there and the person who was watching with me, I said, "You know what, Fury's got this win. What he has to do is not get complacent. Only thing that's going to cost him his fight is doing something clownish, like putting his hands behind his back, getting caught, start being a bit more aggressive because, I've got to give Fury credit because in the last round, Klitschko did come out more aggressive. He started landing his shots. He took some big shots and Fury did start showing a bit like he was starting to get a bit fatigued in that last round. And he took the shots and you know what, that was the heart that got him through that last round because he was taking some shots and Fury knew exactly what to do. He was grabbing hold. Fury just... No. I'm just over the moon at this fight.
I lost my stream on about 10 seconds into the last round.
Really? Well, it don't really matter, does it? But in the day,
didn't get to see it. But,
did you see
it? For me, Vlad had to knock him down about 6 times or knock him out in the last round to have any chance of getting anything.
Yeah, I didn't think the point off was bad.
I wasn't too worried about missing that. I was because I was thinking Vlad's going to come out strong even because. Even as trainer Jonathan Banks was saying to him, "Listen, we are way behind. We haven't won a round here. We need a knockout." He was saying that from like round 9. He was telling us, "Listen, we need a knockout. We haven't won a round. We're miles behind. We've won about 2 rounds if we're lucky. You need to get to work." You know what I mean? So
Klitschko just couldn't land any shots on Fury. I know he wasn't doing that much, but
he just couldn't do anything. He wasn't doing nothing because every time he did go to do something, he was out of range. You know what I mean? Fury right on. So his tactics were spot on. As soon as Vlad would go to do something, he'd take half a step back and fire the jab, step to the side, fire another jab. Just little flicking jabs, but they were doing the right thing. They were keeping Klitschko off balance and keeping her off his target. And then, but there was times I was thinking he's going to stop him here. Where he was starting to, to put it on Vlad a bit more. He started doing it. He's done it a little bit in round 6. Then he started doing it a little bit more in about round 9 and 10. And then obviously he's taught better off it. He's went back to his boxing for the last couple of rounds because he must have knew he was way ahead.
Do you kind of see like?
So if that was how the 12th round was, then I give it to Vlad by. I give it Fury 8-4, but that's only because of the point deduction. Otherwise, I'd have had it 10-3.
I'll tell you what, mate, we got a lot of viewers listening. We got a lot of viewers listening to this pod, mate. Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to do it.
People wouldn't have got to see it, would they?
Well, yeah, and also, that's why I wanted to do it straight away. So if we do an instant reaction, it's going to get views live because people are like, get some their instant reactions. And obviously tomorrow as well, it's going to be, I think this will probably do more views than any one of our pods. Yeah, but it's just, this is massive news. This isn't going to be just in boxing news. People on the street are going to hear this. But then again, people on the street, Tyson said himself, he says, "Listen, people on the street that aren't boxing fans have heard of me. Yeah, I sell everywhere." And Tyson Fury is that. He's going to be a massive draw. He's going to be a pay-per-view star. If you get Tyson Fury, if he fights in the UK, he's going to be on pay-per-view against, Wilder, Povetkin, but not many heavyweights are going to be. Joshua Hay. I guarantee you, right, if Hay does work his way out in its financial sense, Fury will fight Hay.
Yeah,
Guarantee.
Fury would fight, like, you know, at the moment he can say fuck I wouldn't fight David A, because David A is in no position to demand a fight with Tyson Fury. If David A was to make a bit of noise, beat some good fighters, I guarantee Tyson Fury, if there was a load of money on the table, Tyson Fury would take that fight.
I'll tell you what, Lennox Lewis said before the fight, Fury's not going to be able to handle Klitschko. At the end of the fight, Lennox Lewis was straight in that ring, applauding Fury. He must be, all these people that gave no chance, Lennox Lewis, he must be in absolute shock by what he saw in that ring tonight.
Yeah. Well, they both had a little bit of respect for each other, didn't he? Even Fury said, listen, I've said a lot of things about this man, but he was one of the best, probably the greatest champion ever, big respect to him. And Lewis was, the same. Lewis was very high praise of Fury as well, which is right, because he did. None of them gave him a chance. None of them. And he just went in there and proved everybody wrong.
I feel absolutely. I saw the reactions of the guys at the end. I mean, when in the build-up to this fight, the whole build-up to this fight, when you hear people like John Fury, Peter Fury, Hughie Fury, all these guys saying this is going to be one of Tyson's easiest fights, Klitschko can't beat Tyson Fury, everyone was thinking, not in myself or you, but a lot of people were thinking, these guys are speaking a load of shit. And I'll tell you what, they're eating their words right now, because those guys they obviously knew. I'm not saying they generally thought Klitschko was going to be an easy fight, but they know Tyson Fury inside out. We don't. Yeah. They knew Tyson Fury would win this fight, and tonight they've done it, and they've silenced everybody. No one can sit here and say Tyson Fury's shit, because how many times have we heard Tyson Fury's fat, he's overweight, he's slow, and he's just gone in there and just dominated this Olympic champion, long reigning, dominating heavyweight champion of the world, and Tyson Fury's just beating him. He's not just gone in there and won a vacant title. He has just beat the. That's probably the biggest win for a British fighter.
Yeah,
God knows how long. Decades.
When was the last Hunnigan Curry's? You've got to go back to for that kind of thing. That's a dominant world heavyweight. Don't forget when it's the heavyweight, it comes with that extra little bit more. You know what I mean? Because all the casuals, all the just the normal people at the street know the world heavyweight champion of the world is, especially when it's a Brit. So, it's huge. It's gonna be the biggest win. Like I say, such a dominant champion for such a long time. And like I say, it's how dominant he has been, how easily he has won his fights for like 10 years. It's just been no contest. And then our guy goes in there and just completely screws him, to be fair. What
do you think Klitschko's game plan was? Because we didn't see enough to really see what his game plan was, because Fury was just dictating the whole fight.
To be fair, what's his game plan always been? Has he ever had to change? That was what I was going to say before. I think that's another thing for, like, getting the screwed over again, Floyd Mayweather. People compare these two, but the difference is Floyd Mayweather can adapt and change.
He was clueless all fight, wasn't he?
Klitschko, you could see it there as soon as he come up against the guy with the style. That was awkward for him. He didn't have a clue what to do.
You could see it in his face, his whole demeanour, his whole demeanour. There's a lot of different compared to the guys he's faced the last how many years he's been dominating. He knew he was in a tough fight. And I'll tell you what, at the end of the fight, even before that, some point in the fight, it was like mid-rounds. You saw the look on Vitali, you saw the look on Jonathan Banks' face. They knew they weren't going to win this fight.
Yeah, I think they knew before it. I think that's what all the pissing about was over. When the Klitschko camp doesn't do that. They all that messed about the professionals. They just straight to business. They don't do this. They did this time. They were trying to get some sort of upper hand over Fury.
It shows a weakness, in my opinion, if they have to do that.
That's why I was saying to you earlier on when we talked about, I was saying, listen, that ain't no Klitschko. That's not Klitschko getting his own over on nobody there. Do you know what I mean? He's been allowed to do this to everyone else now for the first time ever. He's getting told, nah, what are you playing at? You're not doing that. And he didn't like it. The simple as that, he didn't like it.
No, I mean, he didn't like it. I mean, obviously, before they were doing all this stuff, when have you ever seen Klitschko do that sort of antics before a fight? Never. And, Tyson Fury was in his head, I reckon, from the first press conference. Tyson Fury, and he was talking to him in the fight. And, when you're in a guard, when you've been a long reigning champion
as soon as the first round finished, Fury stopped dead, stood there, looked at him, said something like his daddy, put his hands in the air, smiled and walked back to his corner. And you just
exactly. It must be dejection.
Also, sorry, mate, but even Klitschko's face when he done it to him, it was like he knew as well. He was like he comprehended, yeah. I know.
It must be. It must be dejecting for Klitschko, because he was in there, and after every round, Tyson Fury was winning the rounds, and they obviously knew it. From Banks to Vitali, the whole corner knew. It must be dejecting for being in that ring. Fury's pretty much winning the fight, clearly, in my opinion. They knew it as well. Both of them knew it. And Klitschko's just gone back, and Fury's standing there after every round, barging into him, playing mind games. And Klitschko just was guessing. He had no clue what to do in that fight. And when Fury's just gone in there and made a superior amateur, an Olympic gold medalist, a superior boxer, the most dominant champion of boxing for the last generation, and he's just made a mug out of him, to be fair. And that's probably the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to give Tyson a lot of credit. It's brilliant for British boxing. It's brilliant for British boxing. It's brilliant for boxing in general. Heavyweight division's getting exciting again. Fury and Wilder get the fight made, because Fury's going to take that belt as well. Enough of this Joshua type train crap. There's only one man in this division that matters.
Sorry, mate. So you went off then. What did you say?
Can you hear me, yeah, mate?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go on.
Right, yeah, I was just saying, listen, Andy Joshua, great potential, all this crap. Tyson Fury's the heavyweight champion. He's a unified heavyweight champion. Fuck Joshua right now. It's all about Tyson Fury. And for people that are people still going to sit here and say, "Oh, these guys blow Fury out. This guy beat Fury. Fury's nothing." He's just beating the best heavyweight on the planet. He's been dominating for over a decade. He's just silenced everybody. It's going to be hard for anybody to sit there and justify. And Scott Guilford from Boxing News 24. I'm looking forward to your article after this fight, mate, as well.
Oh, these are proper cockknocker in meat. He proper chews on big American bollocks and what.
What's he going to say? What's he going to say after this fight? What's he going to say? He's going to be like, Klitschko was robbed.
He'll say something.
He'll be like, Wilder beats both of them.
He shouldn't even be mentioned on this. That cunt's just giving him fucking.
It'd be some crap like Wilder beats both men. Klitschko was shot. He was robbed, or something like that.
Wilder's a fucking. Oh, he's a waste of space. Man.
But I mean, listen. I thought Fury looked magnificent. I was just completely shell-shocked by Glenn McCory having equal after 10 rounds. I had Fury up.
Sky are always like that with our fighters. They've never got our fighters.
They wouldn't be like that.
It's a joke.
They wouldn't be like that if Fury was signed to Sky and he was signed to Matchmaking. They wouldn't be like that.
No, but you know what?
Even
Kell Brook, when Kell Brook fought Sean Porter, which more or less everybody had Kell Brook winning the fight by about 3 or 4 rounds. Jim Watts had Porter by 2 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck have you been watching, you dopey Scottish bastard? You know. Oh, it's just, it makes me laugh, mate. That McCrory as well, he's another one. I was absolutely convinced Groves was going to slaughter Frotch in about 4 rounds. John Fury said... He never picks it like Glenn McCrory. I don't think he's ever picked a fight like.
John Fury said in this fight, they've all said, like, listen, when Tyson Fury wins this fight, everybody is going to be on the bandwagon pretending they said Fury's going to win. And to be fair, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, you know what, me and you said so. You know, we said Fury's going to win before this fight. But at the end of the day, people who have been writing Fury off for years and years, who didn't give him a chance in this fight, are now going to be claiming they knew he would do it all along. And that's the sad thing. And they know it. These guys are intelligent. How many times, right? We've had Peter Fury in the show. We've had him on the show for an hour interview. And it was an absolute pleasure talking to him. I've rated Peter Fury as a trainer. I've said it several times on Twitter and Facebook that he's one of the best trainer, one of the best trainers in the world. And tonight, he's now the trainer of the undisputed unified heavyweight champion. And you know, it must be unbelievable feeling. I'm so over the moon for him because they're such nice people. Peter Fury's a pleasure to talk to, as you know. He was on the pod as well. We spoke to him. And you know, hopefully we can get him on the pod again. Like after a few weeks, once it's all settled down, and we can get an in-depth interview for an hour with him about this experience.
Yeah. It'd be nice to hear about the behind the scenes goings on. You know, there was a lot that went on, wasn't there? So, I'd be interested to see what he's got to say about all that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Unbelievable.
How do you
Unbelievable.
deal with things like that? You know what I mean? How do you deal with shit like that? It must be hard work, especially when you're the B side. You know, which they were, unfortunately. But
Have you seen the videos of Mick Hennessy and all the Team Fury guys at the side of the ring today, kind of trying to sort out the ring situation and canvas situation? You know, these guys worked tooth and nail. They worked so hard for this moment, and Fury's won this fight purely on hard work. He may not have been the fittest. He may not be the fittest. He may not look the best, but he's obviously the hardest working heavyweight.
Yeah. He's the best heavyweight in the world, proven.
The reason why he won this fight tonight was because he wanted it more and he executed his plan.
Ah, listen, he's just outskilled him. Yeah, whether anyone likes to say it or not, he's just outskilled him. He just beat him on the outside. He beat him on the inside.
He wanted it that bad as well. He wanted it that bad as well.
He beat him in every aspect, though.
He did, but you got
everything they done there in that fight, every exchange and all that, bar maybe two. Fury, easy.
He was in tears after the fight. That shows how much it means to him, you know.
Yeah, he's only a humble guy, you know. He's confident, but he's just a normal man. That's come from nothing, you know. That's a dream come true, you know. I'm made up for him. He couldn't happen to a better guy. That no one in the heavyweight division deserved it as much as him. He finally got his shot, and he's took it with both hands, like, and as we say, like nobody else said he would. Oh, hey, fucked him round twice. Now he's going to be crawling out the woodwork wanting a title shot. You know, of course he is. Even, you know, don't get me wrong, it was half his own fault, but, you know, the fights with Price when they were coming off, they were big fights in themselves. You know, he just hasn't ever had that break with the big fights, and finally he's got one. He's got the biggest one of all, and he's just an easy performance and very, very dominant in my opinion.
I do want to say, well, I mean, obviously we're talking about Tyson Fury. I do want to say one thing. Obviously, you can kind of touch up on this. I do want to give Wladimir Klitschko, despite losing a lot of credit, because it wasn't his night tonight, but you know, we spoke about this on the pod a few times. You know, Klitschko's been long reigning. He's been part of three generations. You know, look at the guys he's beat. You know, he's been part of three generations really over the last 15 years, and you know, he's been a long reigning champion. He lost tonight. What happens from here, I don't know. He might retire, and you know, he's made his money. His legacy cemented. Maybe he'll execute the clause, but
should retire.
He should retire.
I'd like to see him retire. It's just a passing of the torch for me.
I just don't see how he.
You know,
I just don't see how he can win a rematch either, because you know, if Fury's just gone there and beat him, he's won it clearly. I don't see what Klitschko can do in a rematch. To be fair,
I just see it go in the exact same way.
Maybe even better for Fury next time, because he can kind of look back in the fight. He was just starting
not just he's got the confidence though. He's also it's on Vlad's head as well. Now he's, you know, once you've been beat by somebody, it's going to be on your head. And then, you know, all the mental games he's played with them and all that. You know, I'd like him to retire. You know, he's got a great legacy. He's one of the best heavyweights of all time. Whether anyone likes it or not, because he was born and all that shit, he's one of the best heavyweights of all time that's ever lived. I'll be one of the most dominant champions of all time.
So, I like. Look, obviously,
that's what I want to ask you about. I've got a question for you, mate. Well, we had Vlad, you know, 1, 2, or 3 in the pound for pound rankings. You know what happens to him now? He's got to drops out of them rankings completely now, really, doesn't he?
No, because I haven't dropped Manny Pacquiao just because he lost to Mayweather.
No, but I'm not losing to Mayweather. No disrespect to Tyson Fury, but he's still only a young up and coming, slightly unproven heavyweight. All right, he's just proved himself now. But you know what I'm saying. You know where I'm coming from. He's, you know, it's not the same as losing to Floyd Mayweather.
But should one loss take you out the rankings?
But at the same time, but listen, this is my point. At the same time, but then where does Fury go? Do you put Fury in there above Klitschko now? Because you know it's a tough
yeah. I'll put Fury in there now. But yeah, I would, because he's just pretty much gone there. And let's be fair, a lot of people.
Listen, I've got him top 10. I'd have him top 10 pound for pound now. The heavyweight champion of the world is the pound for pound number one in reality, because he can beat all the others up. Simple as that. You know,
I'll ask you this. I'll ask you this, right? So a lot of people have Wladimir Klitschko before this fight, after Mayweather retired, #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. So, Fury winning, let's be fair, right? This win that Fury's just done is the biggest win in boxing for a while, and he's just gone in there and he's just dethroned the most dominant champion in boxing right now. Yeah. Fury deserves to be in the pound for pound. He deserves to be high up on that list. You look at the pound for pound, Fury's just pretty much established himself. He's just achieved something that's a lot more recognised and superior than what other people in that pound for pound list has done. So I'll put Fury in the list right now. Klitschko deserves to be
I don't get me wrong, I wouldn't throw him up in Klitschko's spot.
Oh no, not number 2, isn't it? Number 2?
Yeah, number 2 is I've got Klitschko number 2, number 3. And,
I remember we did this show, didn't we? We did the pound for pound list, and I think me and you had Klitschko number 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think I had him even number 1. No, I never had him number 2. Yeah,
I think I had Ward number 1, but Ward's inactive, so I said if Ward comes back, 1. But carry on.
But I wouldn't put him that high at all. You know what I mean? I couldn't do that. But I'm just trying to where would you put him? Because for me, I'd have to drop Vlad out the top 10, probably. I'd still have him top 15. No,
I'm not Klitschko in top 10. I've still gone to the top 10.
No, I'd have to drop him out. I'd probably have to drop him out. To be honest with you, and put Fury in probably around number 10. Number 9 and number 10. And don't get me wrong, he can easily get to number 1. But, he's only won one fight. Maybe he was just stylistic. I'm not saying he was. I think Fury's a great fighter. I've said that for a long time. But who knows, maybe he was just stylistically wrong for Vlad. Maybe someone will beat Fury in his name. Like, we don't know yet. Do you know what I mean? I can't just start throwing him in pound for pound, put him top 3. Just because he beat Vlad got that pound for pound number 3 off consistently staying at the top for a long time and beating all the contenders around. That's how you stay at pound for pound. Don't get it off one big win.
Scott, I've got a question for you now. Right? So we saw Klitschko against Jennings, and I watched the fight. Have you watched the fight?
Klitschko Jennings, no.
Okay, well, basically, a lot of people said Klitschko looked like he slowed down that fight. He may have got a little bit old. In this fight, Klitschko lost. So, is it a possibility? I'll ask you this let me say this. Klitschko, I know he lost, and I'm going to put it down. We've got to give Tyson for you 100% credit. He executed game plan. He neutralised Klitschko's strength. Klitschko couldn't land on him. Tyson Fury dictated the pace. He controlled the fight. He controlled the distance. It just went right for him. He was ahead and wide card all the way through. So, should people give Tyson Fury credit for pretty much just being that much better than Klitschko, or are some people still going to be making excuses saying Klitschko was shot and all this crap?
No, so listen, some people are always going to do that. Some people are always going to do that. Don't get me wrong, there is that argument there, I suppose, but at the same time, again, I'll go back to Vitali and Chisora. Give Vitali a very, very hard fight. For me, it was just because he's got that style, Jennings, the shape, constantly moving the head, dipping low, rolling shots and coming up with the hooks and, short and cut. A pressure fighter like that's normally the best remedy to beat a big guy. That's normally how you do it. So they're just the styles that give them the most trouble for me. I think Jennings just had a good style to trouble Klitschko. And let's face it, he still won every single round. Jennings is a good fighter. Just better than him. It's hard to say, like I say, we're going to find out, aren't we? But for me, I think Fury just in one way, he's made to match Klitschko. I said that. That was my main point to start with. I've always thought Fury just hold on for him.
I've got another question for you now, actually. I know before the fight we kind of said, I think you may have even said, I definitely said, that I think Fury out of the current heavyweight division has got more of a chance of beating Klitschko than anybody else. Yeah. I think we said this in a group chat actually, like 10 minutes before the fight even happened on Facebook. I want to ask you this, right? Take yourself away from this fight. Pretend this fight has not happened. Pretend Tyson Fury hasn't beat Klitschko yet. Say you just woke up this morning, put yourself in a situation. How many heavyweights would you favour against Tyson Fury before this fight happened? honestly, as well, just without this fight even happening, because I had Povetkin. That's it with Klitschko.
It's tough for me because I'm a bit biased towards Fury, I suppose, because I'm a big fan. So
no, wait, so I didn't have Povetkin. It wasn't Povetkin. No, I didn't have Povetkin. I had Povetkin beating Wilder, not Povetkin beating Fury. I didn't think any.
If anyone, they'll give the best chance to Povetkin still, even after that. I still do.
Yeah, I think Fury. I think Fury toys with Wilder.
I'd favour Fury. No, I'm talking Povetkin.
Oh, right, fair enough.
I'd probably favour Fury over Povetkin, but Povetkin's definitely the main threat to him at the moment is the immediate, the biggest immediate time. Like you say, people keep mentioning Joshua, give Joshua a chance as well. He hasn't even fought for the British title yet. He's got to add enough task ahead of him, mate.
Right, well, so I want a few final thoughts from you. Just a final thought. Tell me what emotion it is going through now. Britain's just got the unified heavyweight champion. He's just beating the best heavyweight of the last 10, 15 years. Just give me your thoughts. Give me your final thoughts on this fight. What happens to British boxing? What does this change in boxing in general? British boxing, the heavyweight division. What does this do for boxing? Give me your thoughts. Final thoughts.
Well, just for the heavyweight division to start with, it's going to give it a good, much needed kick up the arse because it's always
Scott,
yeah.
You might want to come closer to your mic, mate. Are you out away from it?
No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly now, mate.
Yeah, for the heavyweight division, yeah, it's brilliant for the heavyweight division, like I say. Needed the kick up the arse. It's been lacking for us, unfortunately, because the Klitschko dominance was great, champions as they were, they weren't very exciting to watch. They fought people to death, so and Tyson Fury's exciting, he's exciting in the ring. People like to say, he's not a good boxer, we've seen how good a boxer he is, and not just that, he can be hurt, and he can bang himself, so he is an exciting fight, there's a big fight with Wilder there, which I believe will happen. I believe that fight will happen at some point.
Next year.
Yeah, I do think that fight will happen. Whereas I don't think Wilder versus Klitschko would have happened. I don't think that fight would have happened. So, there's a good possibility now we're going to see a proper unification with the heavyweight titles. One lineal champion, which would be good. And it's two exciting fighters that can sell fights. Imagine the build-up between Wilder and Fury, how great that'll be.
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it'll be amazing. And now you're talking for British boxing, again, British heavyweight boxing especially. You say you got the likes of Joshua White coming through, David Haye possibly on the comeback trail. There's another number of big, massive fights. It's just all good news. I said it from day one. The best possible outcome for everybody involved in boxing is for Fury to win this fight. There's just so many more possibilities if he wins it than if Klitschko wins it. If Klitschko wins it, it's on. Klitschko's beat another contender. Who's next? Till he retired. Because there was no one else going to beat him. I don't care what they're saying about, he was old, whatever. No one else was even coming close to beating him. So don't give me that shite now when he's just been completely dominated.
Yeah, my final thought is this win for Tyson Fury means it's a new era of heavyweight of boxing in general. When Tyson Fury defends those belts, it's going to be unpredictable. There's always going to be a little uncertainty about defending whether he can retain his belt. Whereas with Klitschko, it was always predictable. It was the same stuff. There's big fights out there, exciting fights, ones that are going to entertain the general boxing public. Fury's going to just elevate himself. He's going to get himself on big platforms, HBO, all this. Yeah, we've got an exciting new heavyweight champion. It's going to be exciting to see the journey, especially being a British boxing fan. Obviously, we're Britain. We're from the UK. It's absolutely exciting time for us. I know it's brilliant for the world. And a lot of UK fans, US fans, all over the world are actually buzzing over this fight and the fact that Fury won. It's just exciting times, and you know what? I'm just over the moon. I just can't wait. I can't wait, mate. I'm probably gonna be dreaming about it. I'm absolutely delighted for Tyson Fury. I've always liked him. I've always been a fan of him. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. Go back and check my tweets and our recent podcast. We've all predicted Fury was going to win this fight. We spoke to Peter Fury. We even said in that podcast we think Fury was going to win this fight. Fury's won the fight. It's a new era of heavyweight boxing. Absolutely buzzing. Can't wait to see what it brings now, to be fair.
Yeah, same here. Been seeing Fury from day one, haven't we, lad? You know, so I'm made up.
Yeah, I mean, to the viewers watching, wondering what is, it's actually 12:30 in the midnight, past midnight here. This is the latest show I've ever done, but I just thought, for such a moment, we should have done an instant reaction where we've done it. It's been an hour on the show. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'll tell you what, Scott, I'm not sure what you're doing tomorrow, but we probably will be doing a pod tomorrow when Glenn sobers up. Probably doing.
Yeah, we've still got the galley and pizza.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah, and also we can touch up on this again tomorrow, like after this, 24 hours later, just kind of reviewing it after calming down a bit as well. Obviously, when Glenn sobers up.
Oh yeah.
And Rue's watched the fight. But I just want to give a shout out to Rue and Mike, actually, our American friends on this podcast. I want to give the viewers an insight, right? Rue and Mike weren't watching the fight. We were watching the fight, and Rue and Mike were basically telling us our scoring was wrong when they weren't watching the fight. Yeah, work that one out, ladies and gentlemen. Work that one out. Because they were going by Glenn McCorry and Carl Froch's scoring. Carl Froch is just a man who wants to fight Golovkin at 172 because he can't make 168 anymore. Yeah. Come on and get
I'll have nothing said about Carl Froch on this show.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Let's stick to the topic. But I mean, listen, we were getting told our scoring was wrong by people who weren't even watching the fucking fight.
This is good. This is another good thing. What it's going to be, we're going to have a nice bit of beef with our American friends here. They're top bad now, haven't they? And they think it'll be Fury, you know what I mean? So
I'll tell you what, Scott.
So it's going to be good to see that come along. We'll have some good shows on that one, mate.
I just want to give a shout out, right? Another shout out to Lucian Butte, because you best fucking win and you best spark out, Chunky, because these guys are going to be giving serious hate if you don't win this fight on tomorrow's podcast. I'm going to be eating some crow. I know you're going to be doing it. Scott's going to do it, Rue. If Butte doesn't win this fight, I'm going to look an absolute mug because
since Butte doesn't win this fight, the Butte isn't going to win this fight.
Okay, Scott, if Butte wins this fight, how shocked would you be? Would you be more shocked if Butte beat the girl than Fury did beat Klitschko?
Yeah. Well, come on, lad. How long have we picked Fury to win this fight? I haven't been back and forth or even said maybe Klitschko or not like that. I've said Fury from the start. I don't see no chance of Lucian Butte winning that fight.
Alright, well,
listen, don't get me wrong, he's not a bad fighter, I know he's not, I don't know what you're saying, but at the same time, he's way past it. You showed, I know that little video you like. Now listen, you know what, it is a good bit.
He's pounced that guy in.
Absolutely pounding that kid's head.
He's bouncing that guy's head off the ropes.
Yeah, that is brutal. Like, I haven't seen many fighters do that. But that was a while ago. Don't get me wrong, Butte was good. Butte was good in his day, he was. But
mate, he was bouncing people's head off the canvas. He was bouncing everything over.
Big banger, but I just, he's going to have to fucking call up a hell of a lot on all them.
The girl looks dry.
That was a long time.
The girl said he struggled to make the weight a bit, so it'd be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen, you know what? He that's bollocks. If he has a bad performance and he blames weight, then that's bollocks. Because he was he can make 160 for Golovkin yesterday.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So come on, you know what I mean? He's having us on there, isn't he? Lad? Say 1 minute I can make 160 for Golovkin. Next day, I'm fucking heavy. And I had terrible time making 168. Behave. He looks weird. Like, have you seen him with the skinner?
Yeah, he looks like a bellend. He looks like an absolute cock, and it gives me even more reason for him to want to get me.
You know what? It's hard for me to not like the guy. He went over to Darrell's backyard. Al Heyman's fighter.
Yeah, credit. And he's gone into Butte's backyard now as well.
Now he's going over to Butte's backyard. And
Quebec, yeah.
And you know what? He doesn't really have to. You know, he's got a side that'll follow. He can do well in Britain on ticket sales and that. But he can't he can't get them fighters over doing that. But give him his due. He's got the balls to get his ass over there and fight them instead. You know, that's you know, there's no world champions do that no more. He deserves a hell of a lot of credit for that change the game. Mate, I know people don't like him that, but as a fighter, mate, that's you can't ask for no more from a champion to do that.
Oh well. Right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going for an hour.
He's getting off now. He's getting off now because of board here the game and
yeah, this is about Tyson Fury's. This is Tyson Fury's moment. Deserves a lot of credit. You know, I just can't believe it. We'll be back on tomorrow for part 2 because we're gonna get a few other guys on who put their reactions on after watching the fight. We'll be back, and me and Scott can kind of recap it after probably letting it sink in a bit well for 4 hours.
Yeah, let it sink in for the rest of them, mate.
Yeah, we'll let them sink in. Yeah, and also get more.
They're all fucking buttheads. They're all not happy.
That's what it is, mate. Rue and Mike said Fury had no chance for the fight, and obviously they're probably in shock, and they know that for a fact that, you know, we were going to sit here and throughout the whole fight.
Mike's still is.
Oh, he is. He's like Klitschko should have won this fight.
Shouldn't.
He was like, he was like, Wilder stops Fury. What are you on about, Mike? You fucking.
We're not gonna have to get you back on here, Mike, so we can give you shit over this.
Yeah, he'll be on it tomorrow, prick.
Yeah, you'll have to give
I'll tell you, we'll probably have a big panel tomorrow because Liam will be on again tomorrow. Mike, Rue, Glenn, probably get a few more Team Fury callers in here.
I hope they make Wilder Fury. That'll be a good build-up.
That'll be next, I reckon. They'll give. I think Fury will have a showcase fight back in the UK first. I think he'll fight some voluntary to showcase, or I think he'll have a big parade when he gets back. I don't know. A lot of people are going to want to be around Fury now.
Yeah, we should go through Manchester on an open like he's just won the FA Cup. If all them Bellin footballers can do it with the fucking FA Cup, he should be able to do it with 4 world titles.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Scott, thanks for coming on. Thanks to Liam and Rui for joining. They sadly left halfway through. Thanks to the viewers for listening. We'll be back on tomorrow for another review of all the other guys, a bit more in depth. This is kind of an instant one. We'll be discussing the fights Errol Spence won tonight in brutal fashion. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Boot A, the Gale, Fury Klitschko.
Who won in brutal fashion?
Errol Spence destroyed Barrera earlier on.
What Barrera?
Yeah, he destroyed him, mate. He's in line for the final eliminator for Brook now. Next fight will be final eliminator.
That fight gets smooth,
oh, fucking hell, yeah, it'll be good.
Brilliant fight, that.
But, yeah, well, I'm going to upload this. We'll be on YouTube next Wednesday. To the viewers, thanks for listening. Scott, thanks for coming on. Speak to you tomorrow.
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
All right, take care, mate.
Team Fury.
Fucking Fury. Team Fury. Fucking have it. See you tomorrow.
See you later, lad.